What you in that door, Dolo?
Welcome back to Dolomite TV, and this is episode 1 of People Who I Think Are Cool. On this episode, I have a special guest I have seen progress so much through the years. A creative genius, an artistic extraordinaire, an eclectic human being, as well as a funny motherfucker, a dope individual, and a risk taker. And he's Bloomington's own Asante Pridgen. How are you doing? How you feel today?
I'm feeling good. Thank you for the hyping me up and all the good compliments and stuff. I appreciate it. Good.
It's important to hype each other up, you know what I'm saying? Especially when people doing good shit out here. You feel me? But how you feel today, man? Like, how was your weekend? What'd you do?
It was cool. I mean, actually Friday, I went to see Deadpool for the first time. And then it was so good that I had to see it again.
Okay.
So I went to see it with my friend on Saturday, and then after that they had a game night at their house, so we played board games over there until like 11, 12.
Okay, for sure. So you went to go see a movie. You went to go see it twice because it was that good, and you got to chilling with your homies. That's what's happening, man. My weekend was chill. You feel me? Did some DoorDash, and I really was just, yeah, you feel me? And I was prepping for the interview, and for Shouty, when you see this, I was dead ass, you feel me? Because, she's definitely mad. But at the end of the day, I got to do what's important. Right. So I'm doing it. So once you see this, you're going, oh, I'm not mad. You, okay, let me fall back. Right, fall back. Right. So for sure. But I'm glad, you had a good weekend, enjoyed yourself.
Thank you.
That's what's up, man. Thank you. First question that I have for you, what is your name and where are you from?
Well, my name's Asante Pridgen. Okay. I'm from Bloomington, Illinois. I was born and raised here. I've lived here all my life.
Okay. What does your name mean? You said Asante. That sounds really unique. What is that?
So my name means thank you in Swahili, and it's a tribe. The Asante tribe is a whole thing in Africa.
So you have an African name.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very different and unique, and that's something that stands out. Like, you have a conversation starter as a name, and you're really like, because Africa's the homeland, so you're really like in that.
Maybe. Well, I don't know, because I've talked to some people and they were like, oh, maybe you're the prophecy guy where you come back and
could be.
You fulfill the legend or whatever, and it's like, I don't know. I don't even know. I can't tell you that. I don't even know if I'm African for real or not.
I mean, you got the name. I mean, who knows? See what's to it.
Hopefully,
I think that's pretty fire. You feel me? Like, to have a different name, because some people got the European names.
That's true. Yeah, I do like that my name's different.
I think it's pretty dope. So my second question. So you said Bloomington. So you're born and raised.
Yes.
Correct. Mm-hmm. So what was Bloomington like? Like, what's Bloomington like?
Growing up and stuff.
Yeah, what was it like growing up?
Okay, so I mean, it was cool growing up. I mean, it's safe. It's a good place to raise your kids and everything. That's the main reason why my mom moved out here.
Okay.
So there's that. It was cool, growing up seeing, well, not really different people. It was mostly white people out here, but
Thanks.
Growing up meeting different people was cool. My best friend lived down the street from me, so that was pretty cool. I mean, I would hang out with him every day, and we would go to the same bus stop, and so we'd chop it up every day after the bus, before the bus, all that.
Okay.
I mean, trying to meet people that looked like you, or at least match the same kind of energy as you was kind of difficult because of how much less black people there were compared to white people around the town when I was growing up. So I mean, the people I have, the black friends that I have when I was growing up are still a lot of the people that I still are friends with today.
Okay. So you say you got day ones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you say that it was kind of difficult finding people that look like you because majority of the people that were around you were the other man.
Right.
And we not dissing the other man. You feel
Yeah,
me?
it's
But
just,
we just saying
don't
where you
feel
from.
isolated.
Right. Okay, cool. Okay.
Except for in elementary school, because most of the people there were black, and the principal was black there too. So that was pretty cool.
What elementary school did you go to?
I went to Fairview Elementary School, and it was that's one of the best school experiences I've ever had. Because I think mainly because there were so many black teachers there. Like, I mean, you had Mr. Shaw as the principal. My favorite teacher, Miss Gardner, was like a mom to me in second grade. So there was that. Miss Woods in third grade, she was super cool too. Like Mr. Walker for fifth grade. Like, there were so many different cool teachers there. So that definitely helped me, like, become who I am.
So would you say that it's good seeing people that look like you?
I definitely think so, especially if it's in like a leadership position like that. So that way you can know, like, hey, like, oh, I'm like you, and you can see yourself in them, and it's not just like, oh, you're, it's separate. You don't really see yourself in. I mean, you can, but it's not the same.
I get what you're saying, because a lot of times we see people that look like us, drug dealers, criminals,
Right.
Basketball players, rappers.
And you see somebody that's in a different position, and it's like, oh, I didn't know I could do that, or,
You could do something different with your life,
Right.
And I think that's dope, and I agree. Honestly, I do. I know. So for sure. So that was Fairview School. That's good to know that you went there. So besides that, what would you say your childhood was like? What was childhood for Asante like?
So I think growing up, it was kind of a mixed bag because one, I wasn't that great at school. Like past like elementary and stuff, I was not that great at school. So I would come home and hear it from my parents that I wasn't doing good enough and all that. So, and as a result, I would get grounded. And so, because of that happened pretty often. So I didn't get a chance to like go out and hang out as much as I would have wanted. But that's my fault because, obviously I could have done better in school and all of that. But, so, I mean, I was in the house a lot because at a certain age, because you and Kashay had moved out at one point.
We did.
So, I was still not doing that great at school. So I was in the house a lot. And so I think because I was in the house, I'm okay with being by myself. And I think that's really important because a lot of people are not okay with like just having time to themselves, and I've really like appreciated that I'm okay with like just not I may not have to have like something going on all the time at all times and stuff. So
And see, I'm gonna piggyback off of that, and I agree because exactly what you said is exactly what we was going through. So I did terrible in school. I stayed in trouble. I was grounded all the time. So, yo, Dolo, can you come outside?
no.
Hell no, because I'm grounded again. You feel me? I just got suspended again. Grades is fucked up. So, I got to be in the crib. But I used to be mad, but now that I'm older, I understand. Like, they were just trying to, like, man, look, get your grades up. You can have a ball, have fun, but you got to earn that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be out here just, I got bad grades. I got bad behavior at school. You just running the streets.
Right.
Hell no. Like, you'll fucking go to jail or some shit because, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it. You feel me? But, for sure.
Gotta take care of what's important.
You did? I think that's very important. So, okay. So, we talking about that and you being grounded and everything. So, you went to Fairview, then you went to junior high.
Yes.
What junior high did you go to?
I went to Kingsley
Junior
High.
What was that like?
That was cool. So that's where I met another one of my best friends.
Okay.
So yeah, there was that. Let me think, because I mean, I think that was the main thing. That I met my one of my current best friends there, and I think that was like my big takeaway from that because it wasn't really like it was still I didn't get good grades there.
Who was the best friend you're referring to?
Katie.
Katie. So we went from Tommy, Fairview.
Yep.
And then Katie.
Yep. And Tommy was also at.
He was there too as well.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so you still kind of was doing the same thing.
Right.
Okay. Junior high, you went to high school. Which
Yes.
high school did you go to?
So I went to Normal West Community High School.
Okay.
Normal Community West High School, and so that was pretty cool. I mean, I wish I was more involved in like the clubs and stuff, But I realized that they really didn't have that many clubs when I was there. Because, like, now, the high school, they have all these cool clubs now, like the boxing club. They have a BSU club, Black Student Union. They have a Pride club now.
Okay.
They have all these different things. And when I was in high school, the only things people were really in were band or sports or drama club. And so now they have all this stuff. And it's like, man, I wish they would have had that when I was, growing up in high school. I was in choir though in high school, so that's the main thing I was involved in for like extracurricular.
So you were singing in high school? Yeah,
and in junior high school I was in band and in choir.
So you know how to play instruments too as well?
Percussion, but not. It's been a long time.
So if somebody pulled out a drum set right now, you could.
I mean, it probably wouldn't be like crazy, but yeah, I could like do a little something. I mainly remember how to play like the xylophone.
Okay. I remember they used to have the xylophone, the bells.
Yeah.
With the silver.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Okay. So you wanted more clubs, but you was in the clubs that they had to offer.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so being in the clubs, like, did you meet different people? How was that? Like, did that influence anything? Like,
well, I don't know. Well, I think mainly because of my voice changed. That's why I stopped being in choir. Because, like, I had been singing because, remember, when we was in church, they had me in choirs since, like, I was a kid. So then when we went to junior high school, I think in around 7th grade, my voice started to change. And I went from a tenor that could do 1 and 2 to a bass. And so then in high school, I was like, man, like, I don't know if I still want to, like, continue doing this because my voice don't even sound like how it used to be. And I can't hit the notes like the people all next to me and everything. So I was like, I'll probably, stop doing that. But the people in there were cool.
It's kind of crazy, though, because your voice did change for sure. But I don't know if you remember, though, but as a kid, as a child, your voice was deep. As a kid, like, not even a kid. I say kid. As a baby. You know babies be, wah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's not how I did not sound like that. There's no way.
Mama. You like, this man voice deep as hell. What's going on? Type shit. Like, ask mom, ask Shelbourne. Anybody was a Shelbourne back in that day? Sunday voice was deep. But then it got light. And then I guess it went back to deep.
Yeah.
And so you kind of like, the songs you were singing, it's like they don't really sound the same because your voice is a whole different octave now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't hit the notes.
And you said church. You were singing in church as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember any of the songs you sung in church? I know I do.
Oh, man. Okay, so it was like a Hammer song, but I forgot what it was called. But
I know you're talking about hammer.
Because my verse, I had to sing, well, I got the hammer. But I forgot what song that was. But I had the solo for that part.
You know your classic from church? Ezekiel saw the wheel.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Come on, man. I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah.
Ezekiel saw the wheel way up in the middle of the year.
I remember
that was a classic. We used to practice with you and all types of stuff in the car.
Yeah, I do.
You had a solo in that, didn't you too?
Yeah.
You feel me? So you was a part of. I know we backpedaling from going from the choir, but we got to bring it back from how you got into the choir. So you was in church as well. What church did you go to?
I went to Mount Pisgah. I don't know the full name. Yeah, Mount Pisgah.
Church RP, Pastor McSwain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you was in there. So you was in the choir singing.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. With Shirley, she was really funny as a choir director.
Shout out to Miss Shirley, a legend too in Bloomington. Helped a lot of people out there, and so you were part of the choir doing your thing. Were you a king in the church?
Yeah, I did the fundraiser thing so I could be the king of the church for the cause. It was money going to the church, so.
Okay. So you was royalty way back then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a trophy for it.
Okay, for sure. I wish you had the trophy on deck. But who was your queen?
Her name was
Marquesha? Oh, some call her Quay Money now, but it was Marquesha.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's take it way back. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pop, Asante had, he was doing it big back then. You feel me? Still to this day, but yeah, it was king back in the day, and Quay Money that y'all know is Quay Money. Yeah, that's Marquesha. You feel me? So it's like it's tell you how much time has passed, and just tell you just like, man, how small the world is.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like all connected.
You know what I'm saying? But okay, for sure. So that's how you was in the choir. Oh, and one more thing I'm gonna touch on with with the church. I heard there was some puppets involved.
Oh yeah, so I was in the puppet ministry group, and so we would go around and we would do rehearsal. We would have to rehearse singing these songs with the puppets, and so the puppets were like the actors, and so we all learned how to use the puppets, and so it was like praise dancing but with puppets.
For
if
real.
you get what I'm saying.
Exactly. Mom definitely was not going. She said, "Look, we going to church, and you finna be involved in something. And if
Yeah.
not, I'm gonna put you in something."
Right.
So yeah, you was part of the puppet ministry. Very dope.
It was cool. Yeah, we
It
got
was
to travel
cool.
around a little bit.
We got to
too,
travel
so that was
different
nice.
towns, doing
See
our
different churches and
Yep,
stuff.
doing our puppet thing. So that's cool. We got to know more about other side of Asante. So you got the high school though, and you got to be in the choir doing that. But then you wound up going to youth build. How did you get there?
Yes.
How did you get there?
Around my junior year. Well, no. So, yeah. So junior year, I wasn't doing that great in school, and so I had to go to summer school. And so then that was my first time going to youth build and like just seeing what it was about. And when I went there, I realized their teaching style was really different from normal school. It was just everybody shows up, you get, you sit at the table and they teach you stuff, but you're able to like, conversate, and it's more of a discussion and not more like, hey, I'm the teacher, let me teach this lesson, and you're just kind of like, you're listening, but you're not really like conversating with the teacher, you're just kind of like absorbing information. At the school I went to, like we got to like talk about stuff. There was like one-on-one activities that that helped us learn. There were hands-on things that you could do because we would make money because we would have each student would have a different job on site. So my main job was to be the person that ran the kitchen. So each lunch period I would prepare lunch for everybody. So yeah, and I got a paid stipend for that each week, which was really nice. And so yeah, so I was like the lunch man for youth build for a while, and then after going there for summer school, I just realized that way of learning was much easier for me than how they do it at normal school.
So
yeah,
So you took a different alternative route, and that was more appealing to you than traditional school.
right.
Interesting. Okay.
That, and I feel like in normal school they don't like. There's certain people who have relationships with the teachers, but most of the students don't really have, or at least from my perspective, they don't have a real relationship with the teacher. But at the school I went to, everybody pretty much had a relationship with the teacher they had, which is really important to me because I feel like you don't really want to learn from somebody you don't have a real relationship with because you don't really care about them.
Right. So connection is important.
Right.
How big classes were there? Like how was what was the biggest size class that you were in?
Not too big. I mean, most of the classrooms had like 6, 7, 8 people, so it wasn't like too big. I think the biggest class was when we watched a movie, and it was a documentary about the earth and recycling, and we were all in there, and I think it was like about 30 people because there wasn't like a whole bunch of people at the school.
And see, yeah, I definitely wanted to add this because I feel like it's a bad rap when it comes to alternative school and youth build. I'm behind the camera, but I went to alternative as well. I didn't go to youth build, but I went to regional alternative, and it's a different way to learn. And I be feeling like that way of learning is kind of better for you because like the intimacy of the classroom,
Right.
and it being like only a few of us, you can be seen, you can be taught, you can be pulled to the side. When there's hella people in one class, it's like you just kind of a body.
Right.
I mean ishing on every class in regular school, but I'm just saying like from what I seen.
No,
So
definitely.
for sure. So but going back to before I change the subject, you were cooking, right?
Yes.
So you're a cook, right?
Yeah.
What's your
Well,
favorite?
sort of.
Well, I seen you cook the other day. You was throwing down, and everybody in that crib and everybody over there grabbed them a plate. You know what I'm saying? So we know you cook.
Yes.
What is your favorite dish to cook?
So it's usually pasta based around there. So I usually change up the sauce that I use because sometimes I'll do like tomato basil. a tomato basil sauce, and then other times I'll do like more of a cream based sauce, like white sauce, or sometimes I'll do like a butter sauce. So like either one, but usually pasta and some kind of meat. That's my go-to meal for like making stuff.
Okay, for all you people out there looking for a mate that can cook, man, he's right here. You feel me? Some men can cook, some can't. I'm gonna be honest, you know what I'm saying? And you got one right here, been cooking since he's been in high school. You feel me?
I've been cooking longer than that.
Longer than that? Well,
because Mom taught me how to cook eggs when I was like.
But it used to be a problem back in the day. Was
That's
it not?
true.
Was it
Yeah.
not? Did you not get? We don't got to bring it up, but do you want to bring it up? You did get whooped for trying to whip some eggs up.
I mean, we brought it up already.
Had to take the SD card out because it said the memory was too full. So don't mind us, but we're back, and we're gonna get back to the story. So yeah, we heard you're a cook, and we heard you first got started by cooking eggs.
Yes.
But I heard that it was a problem at first. Can you tell me why and what happened when you cooked those eggs?
So I think we were coming back from, it was a family trip, and we were coming back from Ohio. I think it was Ohio, and we had just got back, and I was hungry, so I decided to make some eggs. And after I made them and ate them up and everything, and went upstairs into my room, my mom was like, "Hey, Sante, get down here." And I was like, "Yo, what's the problem?" Because I just made some eggs.
Yeah.
And so then I'm coming downstairs, and like I remember I was standing at the top of the stairs, and I think you were because Shay was over there, but y'all saw her. She was like, which one of y'all cooked? Or like, and she was like, "What? Why did you cook? Because we didn't even you don't know what's if it's expired or not, or something like that." And it was like, I was just hungry. I wasn't thinking about that. I was like, I don't even know. I think I was like 7 or something.
You was young as hell.
So I was like, I wasn't thinking about that.
You were just hungry.
And then so I went downstairs, and I had to get a whooping, I guess, because I had to get a whooping. It's crazy. I didn't check the expiration date.
I think she just wanted to ask for herself for the morning. That must have been her breakfast food, or she must have had a meal she wanted to make with eggs. And she used the expiration date as an excuse. Because I ain't gonna lie, as a spectator, I thought that shit was crazy. I said, damn.
I didn't know.
Ain't nothing off the table. We can whip for eggs now?
I was like, maybe it's because I cooked, but like she had seen me cook before, so I was like, I don't really know.
I didn't get
it.
it.
I guess it was the expiration date.
You know, sometimes people having a bad day, they take it out on you. So I'll just...
Yeah, that's true, too.
I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, in the back, I'm like, this is uncalled for. But, I ain't finna step in and get whooped too with you.
Right.
So I'm like, damn, son, we're gonna pray for you on the side. But, you know what I'm saying? But, okay, for sure. So... You've been cooking since an early age. Yes. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. You know what I'm saying? So we were talking about you cooking a youth build, and then after youth build, you graduated, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. Where'd you go after youth build?
Well, I took a year off of school because I needed to figure out what I wanted to do with like my life and everything.
Okay.
So that's how I ended up finding out art and pursuing that as my passion and all of that. So after I figured that out,
how'd you figure it out?
So, well, that's a whole other thing because that's kind of deep. So
let's get deep. Let's get in the water.
Okay. So I went to therapy around, I think 2017-ish, because I think I was pretty depressed in high school, and it was really affecting me, and I was also diagnosed with ADHD, and my parents were like talking about either putting me on medication because I wasn't performing well in school, and so I wasn't sure if I was going through a few different things, and so that was a main thing, was that I didn't feel like I could express myself in any way, and so I went to therapy, and my therapist was like, "Have you ever tried drawing?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, not really, not like seriously." And so I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll try it. And so I bought my first sketchbook, and then I drew, and she said she wanted to see what I drew. I took it back to her. She said she liked my stuff, and she said that she could like see different things in my work that like I was feeling, and she kind of like let me talk about it, and it was even when I like first like just started drawing and like drawing what I wanted to, this was like, oh, like this is what like I can do. Like this is something that I can really do and like really put myself all into this, and like nobody can tell me like, oh, you can't do this, or like, oh, you know, this is all me. So and it's like all what I want it to be. So I think that's what I was having a hard time finding, was like I didn't know how to like express myself in a way that really spoke to myself, I think, in a way. So yeah, it went from I got into art because of therapy.
Okay, that's good to know, because
So, yeah.
I actually didn't know that, honestly. I never knew the whole story, because like you said previously, you said me and Shay moved out. So we was doing our own, living our life, you know, and I didn't know that's how it happened. That's shout out to your therapist, because that's
Yeah,
dope, because she definitely put you on a whole different path and helped you find your outlet.
That wasn't my first one though. I had to go through
Different ones?
Yeah.
Okay, well, shout out to, regardless, the journey take you plenty places, you know what I'm saying?
That's
so,
true, yeah.
But yeah, like, that's a cool, because also I feel like people are in your same boat, and we all want a way to be heard, an outlet to express ourselves, to just like let out how we truly feel. So you found that out through art.
Yeah.
That's amazing, honestly. Like I'm taken aback. Nah, for real. But okay, so you she told you to start drawing or seeing what's to that, and you did that, and you brought it back to her, and she was like, "Okay, you're doing your thing," and you kept. Did you keep going with it?
I did.
Or
Yeah, I kept going because I enjoyed. I figured out that I enjoyed it, and so I started doing tutorials and stuff, because I was always like thinking about like as a kid I was always thinking about like, oh, it would be cool to like make a game, or it would be cool to like have a show or something. And then I was like, okay, well, if I'm drawing, maybe I can like actually do that. And so then I started drawing every day, and it was at first I was doing like animal tutorials. It would be a different animal every day, and then I bought some art courses, and they were teaching me how to do like still lives, and just teaching me how to observe my surroundings, and you know how to put it on the page. And so then I started doing that, and then I think about after I was doing that, it was about a year, and then I was like, okay, so I think I want to, you know, actually do this, and like seriously, and like go to school for it and stuff. So then that's when I enrolled into Heartland Community College, and I was like, okay, let me try and see if I can do this for real, even though I have a history of not being good at school, and so I think it was me actually going was like really good for me, because I figured out that it's not the school that's the problem. It's more like, well, I think it is the school that's the problem. It's not me that's the problem. It's the school most of the time, because I went to high school was the problem, but college is not the problem.
Would you say part of it is what you're studying?
That's true too, but also I think, not that they're more lenient with college, but you have your own schedule, and you don't have to show up like in high school you have 8 classes you have to do every day.
Every day.
In college it's like you have a class a day, or maybe 2 classes throughout the week, or you have 1 class that's twice a week, and then you have, you know, your 3 other classes, that's not the same thing at all.
Okay.
And it's easier to balance for me, especially if you're working at the same time.
Question. You really already answered it, but my question is, so with having ADHD, do you feel like that helped out? Because I know with I have ADHD. I know, but ADHD, that's like when you have a hard time concentrating, correct? Mm-hmm. So would you say that having less classes and having something specifically you need to do helped you through the ADHD while going to school?
Yes. Well, also, so I was on the medication, so I was taking Adderall at Heartland, and that did help me get through I think it was those math courses for real, but
Man, look, you take it if you know about Addies. You look,
yeah,
you could be a professional overnight popping them. So go ahead, good. Continue your story.
I think that. Wait, what was the question? I'm sorry.
We already answered the question, but basically, I was saying that you having college courses specifically and limited classes help you through your ADHD because
Yes.
you got 8 classes. It's a lot to focus on. You got so much. You got to be on time. You got to do this. You got to do that. It's a lot to deal with. Having one task is hard enough. So having 8 things to do is kind of crazy. So
I think it was easier even when I was like off the medication, like because after I had transferred to Columbia College, I didn't take medication after that. It's because of what I'm going to school for. Yeah, in high school I didn't really know what I was going to school for. It was just kind of like general stuff. But since I had chosen a passion of mine that I had already enjoyed doing, I can, go into it knowing that, hey, I'm going to enjoy this because, it's what I do and it's not, somebody telling me about the economy or whatever. Not that the economy is not important.
Yeah, but it's not important to you. I mean, you understand the importance of it, but it's other things that you care about more, that you're passionate about.
Right.
So can you give any advice to the people that's, I'd say about 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, anybody in their youth that's just kind of confused right now, that's trying to figure out what they want to do with their life? Like, what kind of advice would you give them while they're in high school? Or high school, junior high, they're just trying to figure it out. Would you give them any advice to find out what they're passionate about?
I think as much as you can, try different things. Okay. Try different things. Try as many different things as you can. Try and see what you're good at, so that way you can figure out what you actually enjoy doing and what you can try making. If you want to make it into something, that way you have something that you already know you enjoy doing. And it's not like, something random that you haven't done ever before and that it feels like, I might not be able to do this because you've never done it before.
Okay, for sure. Now run that back for everybody that's, looking for a light, some hope. Run it back, watch it a few times, and bust that move. But before I go all the way to Columbia, because you're currently in Columbia, right?
Yes.
College?
Yep.
So you went to Harlan Community College, as you stated, right?
Yes.
So you said you were taking Adderall at first. Why did you stop taking Adderall? Because the reason I'm asking this question, I know I'm talking a lot, but the reason is because I feel like doctors and therapists and counselors, they love to put people on medication all the time, and they might be taught like this helps you out, da 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 da.
Yeah.
But how did it make you feel, and why did you stop taking? Why did you feel like it was not needed for you anymore?
So I think mainly it's because I knew that I kind of knew that I was going to be pursuing something that I could focus on. So there's that. But also I didn't want to be like, I didn't want to feel like I had to take this to be not okay with myself, but like I need to take this to be normal, or I need to take this to like function. So, and I didn't like having to do that every single day. And I felt like I could be able to, function and get what I need to do done without it, and just use, living my life naturally. I feel like I can figure out, different ways to figure out what I'm going through.
Okay. What are some of those ways?
Drawing for one.
Okay.
That I would say that's one thing that I can focus on, and it's helped me figure out how to stay focused on things and not do too much, if you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Work, I feel like that has taught me just meeting a whole bunch of different people and having to work with them, despite having different personalities. I think that's helped me a lot.
Okay.
Just because you have to pay attention, and it's just I don't know. I feel like relationships are gonna teach you how to not focus, but pay attention, I guess.
In what way? Pay attention to what? To the human, to the other person.
Behavior or
traits, or what?
Yeah, traits, but behavior or just things you can pick up on.
Like psychology type thing?
Yeah, I guess, like, if you know if this person is right for you or not.
Okay. So basically, it helped you like to develop different type of skills to move you forward. Okay,
Yeah.
That's what's up. So
That, and I felt like since I was already smoking weed a lot, I felt like,
didn't know. I knew that, but I didn't even. They didn't know that. So
I felt like, I'm gonna be honest, I felt like I shouldn't have been taking it while I was. I felt like I had to take it, honestly, because the side effects of Adderall were I would be up, I would lose my appetite, and I would be up until like 5 in the morning.
to the next
And so, until the next day.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, now I feel like I can't even go to sleep. So, like, maybe I should try because maybe I'll fall asleep because I don't know what else to do. So it's like, that's just like what I had to do at that time. So
I done walked 10 blocks already, man. Damn.
Yeah, because I'm not falling asleep. So it's like, I gotta try something, I guess.
Okay. I brought it up because, I feel like I said, they quick to put you on medication, but they know about the side effects, but they try to put it on you like, think about the pros over the cons.
Yeah, they be brushing it off. Like,
but it's like, what you mean? What you mean? Erectile dysfunction, that's a big con. What you mean? Or I can't go to sleep for weeks. What you mean? So I feel like people that are in counseling and different things, that they should like kind of try different methods before you go to the medication. Like,
I think so,
you got, what's it called? Cognitive therapy and different, because I've been in counseling too, and they got all different type of things. What's it called? Meditating. And it's, a lot of times going outside can help you move and help you become a better person. Just getting out the crib before you put me on a pill, now I'm a junkie. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you got off the meds. And I said that again because you went from not doing good in school to doing great in school, going from this to that. Now you're in university without doing a pill. You know what I'm saying? So run it back. Pursue your passion. Know what you're doing in life. And I feel like you won't need no drug because you'll be all the way in, and you won't have to focus via drug. Your passion will have you focused on what you want to become in life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna stop over talking, and I'm gonna get back to more, Asante. So we went from Harlan. You graduated Harlan Community College?
Yes.
What was your major and what did you graduate in?
I got my associates in arts, and I graduated in it was 2022, I think.
Word.
It was either 2022 or 2021.
Could have been. I'm not sure, but you graduated though.
Yes.
Okay, so you graduated, and then after that, where did you go next?
So after I graduated, I got accepted into Columbia College, and then I moved up there. I stayed in a dorm that I really didn't like because of my roommates, so that was a whole thing. But I had a really great semester that first year, despite the roommate thing.
Okay.
So and so I mean I've really enjoyed my time there since I've been there. I've been there this is my senior year, so I've been there for 3 years now, and I've enjoyed every moment.
So you're about to graduate.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the best? Because my bad, I cut you off. You said you really enjoyed it. What's the most memorable thing you've done or experienced while being up there at Columbia College? And where is this located? Where is it located?
So it's in the middle of downtown Chicago.
You're in the Windy City.
Cook County, yeah. And so I don't know. I feel like one of the best things about it is that it's in Chicago and that there's so much stuff to do.
Okay.
So there's that.
Like what?
I mean, there's they have flyers outside like on the weekends for people to like just go out and like meet at a party or at a club or like a music performance.
Okay.
So, or you could just go outside and like there's just shit happening. Or you go to the park. Like there's like a lot of different stuff you can do. You can go to concerts because so many different artists go out there because it's Chicago. I mean, the food is amazing, so you can go eat. Like you go sit by the lake, go to the mall. The Water Tower place is huge. There's a movie theater in there. You go to the movies. Like there's so many things you can do and that's just downtown. So yeah,
It's only one sector of Chicago.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's all type of opportunities everywhere. But you specifically talking about downtown, but it's such a big city. It's just unlimited things to do, and that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you came from a small town.
Yes.
You said Bloomington. Is that small?
Yeah, it's pretty small. It's like
Okay.
Well, it's gotten bigger though, because it was when I first looked it up, it was like 50,000 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then now I think it's up to like 70,000 people now, but that's probably wrong.
It might not be, because I think it's starting to go up because you got Rivian. A lot of people are going to ISU.
Yeah.
We got the Ferrero factory now, so it's a lot of money coming around here, and so people need money to survive. So people going where the money at.
That's true.
So yeah, it's a lot of money in the town. But okay, so it's a lot of things to do in Chicago. But what was your most favorite thing you did in Chicago while being there?
So, does a concert count? Like I
Of
don't
course,
know.
of
Are you talking
course.
about like
Anything could
at
be.
Columbia, or are you talking about just in Chicago?
Oh, just in Chicago, period. 'Cause,
Okay.
Yeah, my fault. I should be more specific.
Well, okay, so a few different things. I really enjoyed going to see Cat Williams stand up, so because that was really funny.
Okay.
And then I went to go see Travis Scott perform, so that was pretty cool too. I went to they have a food festival called the Taste of Chicago, and
Legendary.
they bring out all kinds of different foods from all over the world, and you can just go around and try it. And so, me and my friend went in a group, and so yeah, it was really cool getting to try food from Senegal for the first time. So that was cool.
Where's Senegal? Africa?
It's in Africa.
That's
yeah.
what I thought. So you got African food?
Yeah, it was like jollof rice, and it was some kind of chicken. It was really good though.
Do you have any fufu?
Or at least not. I didn't get any. If they had any.
I don't know if that's African or that's like Haitian food, but so okay, so you went to Taste Chicago. That was like
it was really cool.
big event.
Yeah, it was huge. It took up most of Grant Park.
Damn, that's big. Well, that's a big thing in Chicago.
It was cool.
So you got to go there.
Mm-hmm. And they had like a music performance in the middle of it.
Who was performing?
They were doing a tribute to the guy that made the Cha Cha Slide.
Is he dead?
No, I don't. Well, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think he is. I think that's what happened. Hold on.
Mr. Cha Cha. What's his name? Maybe I call him Mr. Cha Cha.
Because he's from Chicago.
Yeah, I know. That's a classic. That's a. Doom. Do. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it while we sitting waiting. All right, but damn, we just found out some bad news. But at the end of the day, rest in peace. But rest in peace to DJ Casper.
DJ Casper.
You know what I mean?
Taste Chicago. That tribute. Amazing.
It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you gotta pay your respect because that song is super big. I'm talking about every culture like that song. Mm-hmm. And weddings.
Everybody was out there too. They played it.
For real?
Yeah,
And
we was all yeah.
Slide to the left. Slide to the reverse. What? All right, Peter, bro. But so they did a tribute to him, mm-hmm. and you were just outside enjoying yourself. Okay, so we talked about different things you can do in college. What were the classes like, and where are you studying at Columbia College?
So
take us through that.
Well, I'm studying illustration and animation,
okay.
And I'm studying the process of creating illustrations for concept art and working on animation for film and learning about the production pipeline of what certain jobs are for what in the animation.
Can you break that down? You said the production pipeline.
Yeah, so it's pretty much how movies or animated movies are made. You have your pre-production, which is, all your concept art, making the story, the script, and all of that. And then you have and the audio and all that. And then you have to, then you have your post-production, which is, the storyboarding, storyboarding is pre-production. You have compositing, effects, everything, whatever audio you want to add, the dubbed stuff, all the stuff that comes in after that. So, yeah, it's just, just the process of it.
Okay, so you learn the process, and so what is your title, career that you're, let me change this question. What is the title of the career that you chose? You said animator, but I heard there's different types. What kind of animator are you?
So I'm a 2D animator, so that means I'm it means I'm a hand-drawn animator. Okay. So, yeah.
You're hand-drawn.
Yeah, so it means that I draw the animation. I don't like explaining it like that because it makes me sound like I'm like dumbing it down,
making it minimal.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they I don't know if people really understand anyway, because I feel like, and that's why I'm like having you break it down, like, because it could be broken down how you want to break it down. Some of them, unless you're in that field, you probably not even gonna know as deep information as you know. But I was gonna say, so you're an animator, but I heard there's different types of animators. What made you pick the 2D version? And what would you say is 2D animation for people that don't know what it is?
So, well, 2D animation is the process of making a series of drawings and having it move throughout a sequence of time, throughout time. And so it's, you have 1 second, and so there's 24 frames in that 1 second for if you're doing a film. And so you would draw 24 frames. Each one of those frames would be in a slightly different position, and once you play that second, you would see the motion of whatever drawing you did. And most of the shows that I watch, like growing up, were 2D animated, except for like the Veggie Tales and stuff like that, and like Backyardigans and stuff. But so most of the shows I grew up were watching were 2D animated, and I think that's pretty much what inspired me, besides the therapy and stuff. Okay. That inspired me to go after it. So
okay, so you grew up watching those things on TV, and you saw it and you was like, man, I want to do that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so can you give us some examples of what is 2D? You said show wise,
shows,
different shows.
Fairly Odd Parents is 2D. SpongeBob, 2D. The original Rugrats show
Classic.
is 2D animated. Most of the like 80s and 70s cartoons, like Transformers, He-Man, stuff like that. That's 2D animated. Anime, a lot of the anime that's earlier, like Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, that stuff earlier, 2D animated. Now it's they incorporate 3D elements.
So nowadays it's like 3D and it's 2D. So
right.
Are you planning on switching to 3D, or are you staying 2D, and why? Why are you staying there?
I'm staying 2D because I feel like that's what I'm the best at. Like I really enjoy drawing.
Okay.
In 3D, you don't draw it. You have to. It's more like digital sculpting. So, okay. And I'm not really good at like drawing with a mouse. It's not drawing with a mouse, but it's having to model it with the mouse or sculpt with the mouse. Right. And I'm more of like a hands-on kind of person.
You sound like somebody I was just. I had did an interview with Micaiah. I asked her a similar question, and she was like, "I'm more hands-on, like the computer stuff. That's cool or whatever. Yeah. But that's like more like futuristic. It's like you feel more artist-like when you're doing things. That's like, am I off when I say that? Like, no. When you're doing like drawing for real.
That's why I didn't for a long time. I wasn't doing digital art because I didn't feel like it was like the same thing. But now, I bought a different program, and it's helping me be okay with it a lot more. Because at first I was drawing in Photoshop, and I didn't realize that is not for me. Every time I drew in it, I felt like shit. So I ended up going to Clip Studio Paint, and you can make. Okay. They have an entire library of brushes that you can just pick, like right there for you. So you can make whatever kind of art you want to make, and so that's pretty cool to me. And so that's why I bought it. So yeah, and so that's my digital art journeys. Yeah, you'll see soon.
It's called what? Clip Studio.
Clip Studio. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Okay, so we got the backstory of why you're an animator, what kind of animator you are, and my next question would be, what do you plan on doing with the animation skills that you've gathered from going to this university?
So I want to get the stories that I make out there because I have a lot of different ideas, and so I try to make short stories, and so I want to turn those short stories into animated films, and dope. So I mean that's pretty much the plan, and the plan, so that's the first plan. The second plan, career-wise, is for me to either be freelance freelance at first, and then pursue a job at a bigger company like Floyd County Productions in Atlanta or Adult Swim, also in Atlanta. That I want to move to Atlanta because that's where I feel like a lot of the film industry is kind of growing there, and I know a lot of the things I like are filmed there, so I feel like it'd be cool to live out there. So there's that, along with Adult Swim and Cartoon Network being out there.
Okay, for sure. So that's what you plan on doing with your degree. You say you're a senior this year, so you're graduating.
Yes, I'm super excited.
How do you feel about that?
I'm super excited because this semester it's supposed to be. So I'm in APS this semester.
What is that?
Which means that it's
advanced.
Sort of. It's animation production studio. Okay. So that means that we're all gonna be everybody in class. We're all gonna be collaborating on a film, but we're gonna be in groups. So, but we're finally making a film. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, because it's a 2-part semester, a 2-semester course. So it's like pre-production the first semester, and then the rest of it next semester.
So this is gonna take time.
Yeah, it's the whole year. So yeah, it's my senior year. I'm super excited.
Will people be able to see this film when it's done?
Yeah, definitely.
Where so the public can see it?
Yes.
That's tight. So it's like basically you've been working your way to get to this moment.
Right.
And now the moment is here to show basically everything you learned on the big screen. Fire. Is it a movie or a series?
It's a movie. It's a short film.
Okay, well, I'm down to watch it. I like that. So when you say you're about to graduate and you're excited, what are your next plans after that? After graduating?
After graduating, I do plan on keeping the job that I have, so that way, I have like that,
The cushion?
Right.
Money in your pocket?
Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to try and make my portfolio should be good by then, but I'm going to try and be freelance at that point, so that way I can keep building my portfolio with professional work. Okay. So that way, by the time I want to pursue Adult Swim or those bigger companies, I'll have a set of professional work that I can be like, hey, I already did this, and then they can either turn me down or go after me or not.
They're gonna definitely look your way and be like, man, this is freaking fire. We gotta get them. So
I mean, there's a lot of competition.
I will put that energy. I will put that energy in the air so you can manifest it. I would just like to say, man, congratulations, Asante, for all the hard work. He said you're about to graduate. You know what I mean? And people don't understand the journey. I mean, we talked about the journey, but you actually lived the journey, did the journey, and it take a lot of hard work to get where you at, and to get to where you're going. It's not just like some fly by night like this.
That's true.
You really put your time in this. And you grew and got better and grew as a man and grew as a person. And I think that's very fire. So I'm definitely going to be at the graduation. I'm going to be, Sunday. I'm going to be in the crowd with the family. And everything that you do in the future, we definitely supporting and everything. And so, one more thing too. What is your brand?
I don't really have
do you have a brand yet?
Not really. Not okay. Like a. Yeah, I don't really have a brand.
But it's coming?
Yeah, I mean, I would say look out for the YouTube channel, because that's going to be where I post the short films.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
Not yet, but that's what's going to be posted once I'm,
Big time?
Not big time, but once I have the films out.
Okay.
I can make films by myself. I don't have to, go to Cartoon Network.
So are you waiting to do this after you graduate? Or are you just gonna be in the process or what?
Yeah, it's in the middle of
Okay, so if somebody wanted to get in contact with you, because you do animation, correct? Mm-hmm. So let's say somebody wanted to, yo man, I really like your work. I want to get something animated over here. How can I get animated? Not as a person, but they work animated. Well, yeah. You feel me? But so, how do they get in contact with you?
I would say go to LinkedIn. I mean, you can type in my name. I'm on there.
How you spelling that?
Asante. My Pridgen, Pridgen.
Do it again. They'd have been like my Pridgen. Like, oh, that's not it. Say it again.
So my name is Asante Pridgen.
Okay.
Asante Pridgen. So yeah, you can look me up on LinkedIn or I mean, I would say LinkedIn's the best.
You don't have a Fiverr?
Not yet.
So you in the future maybe?
Yeah.
Because you say freelance.
I don't have it yet.
For sure. So you said freelance though. What is? Can you break it down? What freelance? I'm sure I know what freelance means, but for the people that don't know, what is freelance?
So you're pretty much like an independent contractor. Yeah. So people come to you for whatever you do, and you can provide your service, and it's either who your client could be Disney or the guy you live by, and I feel like that's pretty cool.
Okay, so for sure. So basically, it's not there yet, but you plan on getting it where it's like, okay, you've mastered your craft. I mean, I guess you can master your craft, but I feel like you never stop learning. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But you've getting to a level where it's like, I know what I'm doing, and then you can be self-sufficient and hustle your gifts. Not in a bad way, but you're not dependent on this and that. Like so
Right.
that's fire. And I feel like anybody out there with a dream and a gift also should freelance as well, because a lot of us depend on a 9 to 5 or depend on this whole time. It's probably somebody out there that really want what you do. You gotta put yourself out there. So Sunday's coming. It's coming hard, and this is gonna be what's going on. And if you want to get in tune with them, this is where you need to get in tune with them at. The YouTube's coming, the LinkedIn. And I don't know if you're on social media. Can they get with you on social media or
Not
no?
really.
No.
Nah.
That's for the other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. For sure.
I mean, I might have a Twitter later.
X.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. X.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah. Not
What
right
well, that's cool. Okay, well, it was good to meet you, Asante. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people learned a lot about you they didn't know about you. I feel like this is a damn, man. He like the burp too. That's on me. That's he like the burp. And that's crazy because I'm like, I'm finna take it out. But there's so many burps. I'm like, damn, another one? God damn.
Sorry.
You feel me? Were you drinking soda today? But yeah.
I just drink water. I don't know.
Man, I drink water. Look, my ain't gonna even pull out the jug, but yeah, I ain't burped all day.
Sorry.
But it's.
I don't know. I have beans.
It's that's the wrong way. What you talking about? What you mean, bro? Let me cut that out. But for sure, man. Like I said, this is people who I think are cool, and I think you're very cool, Asante. And I feel like people definitely need to get in tune with you. And just like, look, man, he going places. Support. You feel me? Going places. So shout out to you, Asante. Keep doing your thing. And this your boy Doloman on the camera behind the scenes, and this is Doloman TV. Doloman.
Peace.
Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy Doloman, and you're now watching Doloman TV. Like, comment, and subscribe. You dig?